Jesse Livermore, the man who predicted two of the biggest market crashes in history and became a legend doing it. In the early 1900s, when Wall Street was a wild frontier, one trader stood out from the rest. Jesse Livermore, often called the boy plunger, had an uncanny ability to read the markets like no one else. But what set Livermore apart wasn't just his trading skills. It was his ironclad psychological control. Before making his massive trades, Livermore would retreat into isolation. He'd shut out the noise of the trading floor, the gossip, and the so-called expert opinions. In his own words, the market is never wrong, but opinions often are. He'd spend hours, sometimes days, in deep contemplation, writing down his thoughts, analyzing patterns, and waiting patiently for the perfect moment to strike. His short positions made him $100 million in a single day, equivalent to billions in today's money. This mental discipline paid off spectacularly during the panic of 1907, while others were selling in a frenzy. Livermore calmly shorted the market. He walked away with millions, cementing his reputation as a market wizard. By mastering his own emotions, he could see clearly when others were blinded by panic or excessive optimism. While others were caught up in the euphoria, he prepared for the worst. But Livermore's greatest triumph was yet to come. The fortune he had built was lost, regained, and lost again. In 1929, as the Roaring Twenties reached a fever pitch, Livermore sensed something was off. The market felt overheated, unstable. Even the greatest can fall if they lose sight of the mental game. When the crash came, it was devastating. Fortunes were wiped out overnight, but not Livermore's. It has a way of humbling even the greatest traders. How did he do it? Not with insider information or complex algorithms, but with emotional control and perfect timing. The best trades often come after long periods of waiting and observing. Don't let FOMO drive your decisions. Livermore understood that fear and greed drive markets more than facts and figures. But success came at a price. It's about the psychological insights he left behind. Insights that are just as relevant in today's high-speed, algorithm-driven markets as they were a century ago. The media hailed him as an infallible market prophet. And slowly, imperceptibly, his ego began to swell. As Livermore's fame grew, so did the pressure. Everyone wanted a piece of his genius. Master it, and you might just master the markets. He started to believe his own hype. The discipline that had made him great began to slip. He took bigger risks, ignored his own rules. In a cruel twist of fate, the man who had mastered market psychology eventually fell victim to it. Overconfidence led to a series of disastrous trades. Livermore's story is a stark reminder that in trading, psychological battles never end. So what can modern traders learn from Jesse Livermore? First, stay patient. Second, remain humble. No matter how successful you become, never think you've outsmarted the market. Finally, never let emotions run your trades. Fear and greed are the twin enemies of successful trading. Learn to recognize and control them. In the end, Livermore's legacy isn't just about the fortunes he made. Remember, in trading, your mind is your greatest asset and your most dangerous liability. But always stay vigilant. Because, as Jesse Livermore proved, the moment you think you've won the psychological game is the moment you start to lose.
Thank you all for watching this here video.